It is a great place to live and work. It is great for evening strolls and leisurely sightseeing. Where am I talking about? Victoria Island. And what's not to love about Victoria Island? But if you know Lagos well enough, you would agree with me that Victoria Island is one of the many highbrow business areas in the metropolis. During business hours, the coastal district has heavy vehicular movement that congests traffic for several hours, especially on rainy days, or if left unattended to. I've had to visit Victoria Island on a public holiday just to have a contrast of a work day and a public holiday, what it looks like.
You just said it clearly. A work day, a public holiday, two different things. But
Yeah,
for those
I
who
agree.
go there on the work days, they'll tell you the experience is not something to write home about.
I know
We talk
about
about traffic situation, you know what I mean? With all that mobility in Victoria Island, it's important that the roads, the drainages, and other street furniture are in top shape, especially one that links you into the very heart of Victoria Island. I mean, Akin Adesola Street. So today, we meet with you in a stakeholders forum on the rehabilitation of Akin Adesola by the Lagos State Government through Lamata. I am Obafemi Craig.
I am Kate Harmony. First, we take the news updates.
Welcome to the news on Lamata FR. Officials of the World Bank and French Development Agency have commended the quality of work done on the road widening and bus rapid transit BRT extension to Ikorodu. Mr. Roger Goham of the World Bank Office, Washington, and Mr. Adesola of the French Development Agency made the commendation during a joint visit to the project. The officials visited the new Danfo Park on Ajelogu Market Street and the new BRT terminal at Mile 12, the BRT terminals at Ikorodu and Agric Bus Stop. They were also at the BRT Bus Depot Garage on the construction at Majidu. They praised the quality of the model pedestrian bridge at Haruna near Ikorodu and expressed optimism that the project will be completed within the time frame for its completion. The Director of Public Transport, Lamata, Engineer Benga Dairo, Deputy Director, Safeguard, Professor Kayode Taiwo, and the Project Manager and Supervisor of the BRT Extension Project, Engineer Femi Fayombo, explained different aspects of the project to the officials. A detailed traffic study of the impacts of the Eco-Atlantic project on existing road network in Victoria Island has been carried out by the Lagos State Government. Commissioner for Transportation, Comrade Kayode Okpeifa, disclosed this at a stakeholder meeting on the proposed rehabilitation of Akin Adesola Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. The commissioner said the state government was also looking at other public transport options apart from road, hence the need to understand the current traffic pattern. He said the traffic study will show to government the challenges with a view to coming up with appropriate solutions. Comrade Okpeifa stated that government was concerned about the perennial flooding on Akin Adesola Street and the effect on businesses and residents, assuring that the current effort will completely take off flooding on the road.
But the pain we'll see is to the extent that we need to smile at the end of the day, that flooding will no longer be part of that place and traffic congestion will also reduce. We will also manage your businesses with you. We are coming close to Christmas. And we know the kind of business on that road is always heavy at Christmas. Our contractor will work with you. Our management will work with you to ensure that all your Christmas plan don't have to change.
Also speaking, the Managing Director of Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Lamata, Dr. Dayo Mobriola, explained that the authority will ensure the rehabilitation of the road drainage in a way that takes into consideration the smooth running of businesses along the street.
Bear with us. And I also want to tell you that this is a road that I am sure that we would keep on schedule.
Dr. Mobriola said that apart from the enlarged stakeholders meeting, Lamata will continue to engage property owners with a view to addressing their concerns and other issues that might arise as a result of the road rehabilitation. And that ends the news update.
Basically, what Lamata does is to coordinate public transportation in Lagos State, and we came up with a transport master plan.
Developed together with the World Bank, the objective of this plan is finding long-lasting solutions for the problem of transportation in Lagos. Currently under its first steps of development, the plan has already proven itself a big success, dramatically increasing the connectivity in a city in continuous expansion and enjoying an unparalleled demographic and economic growth.
Our responsibility is to ensure that we provide the necessary infrastructure to meet the growth, to improve the quality of life, to improve the standard of living, and to make Lagos a vibrant and livable city in years to come.
Lamata, think transport.
Welcome back. Before we take you to the stakeholders forum, it's important we share with you some background on the project. Join us now on The Move.
From north to south, from east to west, the administration of Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, has continued to deliver on its promises on infrastructure renewal and revitalization. Within the last 7 years, public transport infrastructure and provision has witnessed a tremendous boost. While new roads and other public transport infrastructure are being built, old ones are being rehabilitated to make life easy, to give it a facelift and make it comfortable for the people.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best.
From Iju Road to Wemko Road in Ogba, Lishabi Akpata in Shomolu to Ajelogo in Ikorodu Road, in Lagos North. The conversion of the bus rapid transit BRT lanes from asphalt to rigid pavement. The Lagos State Government, through the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Lamata, has continued to renew and improve public transportation infrastructure. To achieve a balanced development across the state, Victoria Island, which is one of the corporate commercial nerves of the state, has never been left unattended. The network of roads within the axis has recently been given so much attention in terms of rehabilitation and reconstruction. As part of the network, Lamata recently rehabilitated completely Sakatinubu Street, Amodu Ojikutu Street, Eletu Ogabi Street, Ologu Agbaje Street, and Abimbola Awoniyi, among other objectives, to improve commuting and economic activities within Victoria Island by ensuring free flow of traffic at all times, since time is money. To complement these roads, the rehabilitation of Sir Samuel Manuwa and Bishop Aboyade Cole Street are presently ongoing. The 1.7-kilometer Akin Adesola Road is a major road in Victoria Island with many adjoining streets. Akin Adesola Road is a flood-prone road with poor rate of runoff discharge during heavy rain due to its flat terrain. Over the years, the drainage system serving this road has collapsed, causing huge flooding to the discomfiture of residents and road users during heavy downpour.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best.
As we have seen, there is need for correction and reconstruction of new drainage systems, rehabilitation of traffic infrastructure and furniture, and general enhancement of the road scenery. In constructing this road, we went from laterite to stone base, sharp sand to paving stones, which is what makes the road solid. Another thing that is solid is the promise of the Lagos State Government through Lamata. As always, Lamata promises and Lamata delivers. With Lamata, Lagos State is reaching for the best. I am Kate Harmony. And now to the business of the day. The hall is ready. The chairs are set. Join us now with key stakeholders, the representatives of the government and their agencies, as we discuss the rehabilitation of Akin Adesola Street on Victoria Island and share our thoughts on the road upgrade.
It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Stakeholders Forum, put together by the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA. And for today, the issue at stake is addressing and finding lasting solution to the perennial flooding problem on Akin Adesola Road here on Victoria Island, Lagos, hence making the subject matter for today a focus of rehabilitation of Akin Adesola Road. I'm Obafemi Craig, thanking you for joining us here at the Stakeholders Forum.
The purpose of this meeting, consultative forum, is to share our vision on Akin Adesola and how we intend to go about it. What we want to do, as you know, Akin Adesola has a flood problem, and it affects both residential, commercial, and businesses. And basically, that is what we really want to address by really trying to rehabilitate the road and deal with the flooding system on that corridor.
If you look at the road, a lot of us would think the road is okay, or we believe the road is okay. But when it rains, we virtually don't have a road. If we can get the road flooding problem resolved, it will also help the residents around Karemo, Kotun, and the rest of them. Many people don't even know that at a point on that road, on Akin Adesola, is the lowest point in Lagos as far as the land point is. That's when you get closer to the Falomo Bridge, I believe. And what then you have is, with the advent of so many surges all over the world and flooding, we are getting to a point of discharging with difficulty water into the lagoon. It's just to assure you that whatever your concerns are, regardless of how serious or how little they are, to us, we will take them to be very, very serious. We have done much more difficult routes than what we need to do on Akin Adesola, and the contractor is an experienced one, and also the agency handling this project, Lamata, has done much more complex projects. We've also put in plan arrangement to manage traffic, to manage the people, to manage the businesses, and to manage the huge wealth creation opportunities within that corridor. We have been involved in extensive stakeholder consultation. We've met with the Victoria Island Ikoyi Resident House Station. We met with the PTOs. We're now meeting with businesses in the area, and meetings also continues. We will be deploying a huge number of traffic management personnel and equipment onto this road. There will be a lot of signages, and there will be a lot of one-on-one consultations.
We have phased the construction of Akin Adesola into 4 phases. And for us to have done that, we studied your delivery pattern, how things are delivered, your customer pattern, everything we studied. We have taken into consideration some construction going on Akin Adesola Road, and as a result of that, we have come to this. You will see that we are starting the first phase, which is somewhere here. We are starting it on, if you come in through Amadou Bello, we are starting it on the right-hand side of Akin Adesola. Now, what we have done, we have taken into consideration we have a month and a half to Christmas. And by middle of December, businesses close. We will make use of that window to work as much as we can. And having said that, for us to start this project, it's not as if will go there and start digging the ground and blocking the road. If you are solving a drainage problem, what happens is you are going on the drains first. So there won't be much disruption on the road itself, which of course can still go all the way to next year, even on this phase. By early next year, even on this. So it's not as if there's going to be a destruction. But one important thing that I would like to say is that at some point in time, we will get to your accesses, but we will need your cooperation. I know construction everywhere in the world is so disturbing, but you will have to bear with us. If you have any problems, perhaps you have discussed with the contractor or our consultant and is not listening to you, please feel free. We have a free number we will give you. Feel free to call Lamata. We will come to your aid. Thank you very much.
Of course, as you are aware, we've been working on the island for a very, very long time. We have been in liaison with the relevant authorities who would assist us. For example, Ministry of Drainage, how we are going to clear all the canals that will take water into the discharge point, like Kuramo Waters, Kauri Creek. Then again, what we have done is to lift Adesola slightly, and to enable the water to drain properly into the side drains. And of course, we are in liaison with the PTOs to make sure nobody comes and dig the road, so that they don't lay their cable haphazardly, which will clog or block the drains. We have provided docks for them. So we've done a lot of stuff to make sure that once this is solved, it's solved once and for all.
Do we have extra road docks for PTOs? Most of the cuttings on the road now is one aspect of your wealth creation that was missing and that we got wrong. Not because we are not aware, but we felt we can do the other way, and that is fiber optics cable. You notice when you go for your driver license, it takes you days, months to get your driver license back to you. It's because we are using VSAT, internet system. So in Lagos, we have decided to join the League of Nations on fiber optic cables. And whether we like it or not, we have to lay this fiber optics cable. That is most of the digging we are seeing. And this digging, what we have also been doing in Lagos State Government is to make sure that Engineer Lulade, when we go out again, we have to start showing for people to see our docks, like the ones we are doing on Ikorodu Road now, so that the docks will be laid horizontal and vertical across sections of the road, and at every intersection. There will be 4 duct movements that will cater for subsequent usage.
My first question is, when exactly is this rehabilitation starting? And then my second question is for Engineer Funshaw. You mentioned access, and you said something about we not having access to our businesses. Does it mean that our businesses will be closed? So I just need, more clarification on that. Thank you.
We cannot fix the start date until this particular engagement. That is why we have not fixed the start. We want to make sure all concerns are resolved, everything is okay, but ideally, the start date is more or less this day, like today. Once we have met you and we have resolved all concerns, we believe you have given us the go-ahead to move to site. So technically, the start date is today. About the accesses to business, of course, I didn't say you will not have. What I said was, we will have a meeting with that particular individual or business premises or owner. Then we will decide what is their business time? When do they close? So if their asset is so small in such a way that it could not be done in 2 hours, then we will know when to get there. Maybe you are going to close early for us, maybe 3 o'clock or 4, or maybe we'll allow you to finish when you finish. Immediately you finish, we know we'll move in there. The contractor will walk through the night. It does not mean they will finish that access. At least they will provide something for you to be able to access your premises.
The concern of the resident is stormwater, flooding, and all of that. And the statement made by the Lamata that apart from the project itself, some canals are going to be cleaned. That is very reassuring, but we are going to necessarily follow up to make sure that these commitments, are fulfilled.
What I can say about this particular road is that it has taken us 4 years of planning. And beyond that, apart from planning, we have actually started the implementation off-site, where most of the equipments that are going to be used, the drainage, the interlocking stones, the curbs, everything have been actually manufactured right now as we speak, and they are almost totally ready and cured to go onto the road. So we have done the necessary things because we acknowledge the importance of Akin Adesola. Is a major trunk road for Victoria Island, for Lagos Island, for Lagos State. So you need to bring business interruption to the barest minimum. What we now need is the cooperation of the people, and we are sure, with the assurance of this consultative forum today, that we'll be able to get. And once we get all of that, the road will be built within the 12 months as we agreed.
Well, if you ask me, it's been an extensive discussion indeed here today. The Stakeholders Forum put together by Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Lamata, to address here the Stakeholders Forum, the rehabilitation of Akin Adesola would focus on addressing and finding lasting solution to the perennial flooding problem on this road. And from all of us here at Lamata, we say thank you so very much for choosing to be with us here at the Stakeholders Forum. I am Obafemi Craig.
Our communication channels are open to you 24 hours a day. So, if you have a comment, suggestion, or you're curious about this episode of the program, or on any of Lamata's project, please reach us on any of the following.
We have enjoyed bringing you another insightful episode of the program today.
Tom Burdett said, a person needs 3 things to be truly happy: someone to love, something to do, and something to hope for. For us at Lamata FR, you capture all 3.
Lamata.
Think transport.
Eko Akete, Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best.